It begins in silence. Over the dark skies of the Middle East, stealth fighters cross borders without a whisper. No alarms, no alerts, only shadows in the air. On a quiet morning in 2025, Israel launches one of the boldest preemptive operations in modern military history, a coordinated air assault on Iran's most sensitive nuclear and missile facilities, spearheaded by the F-35I Adir, the stealth crown jewel of Israeli air power. This operation, codenamed Operation Rising Lion, is not merely about tactical success. It's about survival, deterrence, and shifting the strategic balance in the region. What follows is a high-stakes game of technology, countermeasures, intelligence, and deadly consequences. Section 1. The Strategic Backdrop. The roots of Israeli-Iranian hostility are deeply embedded in ideology, national identity, and geopolitics. Iran sees Israel as an illegitimate state and a Western proxy in the region. Israel views Iran's nuclear ambitions as an existential threat. For over 2 decades, this rivalry has played out in covert actions, proxy wars, and cyber sabotage. By 2025, with nuclear negotiations collapsed and uranium enrichment exceeding 60%, verified by international observers, Israeli leadership concludes that time has run out. Israel decides to act unilaterally to eliminate the imminent threat posed by Iran's nuclear infrastructure. Strategic calculations are made at the highest levels. The goal is not just destruction, but delay, to push Iran's nuclear timeline back by years and damage the system supporting its development and deployment of ballistic missiles. Behind the scenes, Israeli intelligence agencies, Mossad and Amman, compile an updated map of Iran's military and nuclear assets. The country mobilizes its air force and intelligence branches, preparing to go on the offensive. Israel knows the political backlash could be enormous, from European capitals to the United Nations. But it also knows the cost of inaction could be far worse. A nuclear Iran capable of threatening Tel Aviv and beyond. Section 2. The F-35I Adir, Israel's stealth spear. The F-35 Lightning II is one of the world's most sophisticated fighter jets, but Israel's F-35I variant, dubbed Adir, Mighty One, is customized to meet the IDF's specific operational needs. What sets the Adir apart are its bespoke modifications. Israeli engineers have reworked its mission computer, enabling full control over software and avionics. This means Israel can modify the aircraft without requiring U.S. approval. The F-35I is also equipped with Israeli-made electronic warfare systems, making it more adept at countering the region's specific threats. The Adir carries an array of Israeli weapons, such as Spice 1000 and Spice 2000 GPS-guided bombs, Delilah standoff cruise missile. With integrated sensors, data fusion systems, and long-range communications, the F-35I can conduct deep penetration strikes independently or as part of a coordinated attack. Its low radar cross-section makes it nearly invisible to conventional radar, and its ability to operate in contested airspace is unmatched in the region. Israeli pilots spend years training in complex simulations, replicating missions over advanced Russian-made air defense systems like the S-300 and S-400. These training regimes ensure they are prepared to fly in high-risk, high-reward scenarios like Operation Rising Lion. Section 3. Planning the strike. Planning an operation of this magnitude takes months of precision coordination. Israeli intelligence identifies key Iranian targets that must be neutralized. Natanz, main uranium enrichment center. Fordow, a hardened facility built under a mountain. Arak, heavy water reactor. IRGC missile depots in Mashhad and Khorramabad. Silo-based missile systems, radar installations, and anti-air batteries. Planners face logistical challenges. Reaching deep into Iranian airspace requires extensive mid-air refueling. Israel activates its fleet of KC-707s and the newer KC-46 Pegasus tankers. Gulf states like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, wary of Iran's rising power, offer behind-the-scenes support, including intelligence sharing and airspace corridors. Electronic warfare, EW, units prepare to disrupt Iranian radar and communication systems. Israel's cyber intelligence unit, Unit 8200, unleashes malware targeting Iran's Air Defense Command and Control. Drone swarms and decoy aircraft are deployed to saturate Iranian radar screens and pull attention away from the real strike packages. The attack is timed for maximum confusion. During a security shift change on a national holiday under a moonless night. Every detail is calculated, from weather conditions to electromagnetic noise levels. By the time Iran realizes what's happening, the first bombs are already falling. Section 4. Execution. The strike begins. On June 12, 2025, at 3:23 a.m. local time, 12 F-35I jets lift off from Nevatim Air Base in southern Israel. They are joined by EW aircraft, drones, and refueling tankers. As the jets pass over Jordanian airspace and enter Iraqi skies, they fly low to avoid detection. Each jet carries precision-guided munitions calibrated for their specific targets. Target number 1, Natanz. Bunker-busting munitions penetrate the underground facilities. The explosions reverberate across the desert. Centrifuges are destroyed, and the facility loses all power. Target number 2, Fordow. Another team of jets attacks this underground site. Delilah cruise missiles detonate within the mountain, causing internal collapses. Intelligence confirms the facility is offline. Other teams hit missile launchers near Tabriz, radar arrays in Isfahan. The operation lasts under 4 hours. By dawn, more than 80 targets have been hit. Fires burn across multiple sites. Communications in many regions go dark. Satellite images later reveal collapsed roofs, cratered runways, and destroyed missile silos. Section 5. Iran's response. Iran activates its layered air defense network, which includes the domestically produced Bavar 373 and Russian-imported S-300 systems. Surface-to-air missiles, SAMs, streak across the sky. However, Israeli EW systems jam many radars, and ghost signatures mislead Iranian operators. Amid the confusion, Iran claims to down 2 F-35s. Israel denies any losses. Most experts believe only drones or decoys were hit. The real retaliation comes after the strike. Iran launches over 100 drones and missiles at Israeli targets. Hezbollah joins the fray, firing rockets from southern Lebanon. Iranian-backed militias in Syria and Iraq hit U.S. and Israeli positions. Israel's layered defense, Iron Dome, David Sling, Arrow 2 and 3, intercepts the vast majority of incoming threats. Some damage occurs, but casualties are limited. In response, the IDF carries out airstrikes on Hezbollah sites, Syrian air bases, and militia compounds in Iraq. Section 6. Analysis of damage and effectiveness. Within 72 hours, international monitors assess the impact. Natanz is completely inoperative. Fordow shows structural collapse. Multiple missile sites are destroyed. Radar coverage is significantly reduced. Despite this, Iran's nuclear knowledge survives. Scientists are still alive. Some facilities, such as the deep underground sites near Isfahan, are untouched. Iran vows to rebuild and continues uranium enrichment at backup facilities. Military analysts conclude the operation is a tactical success but not a strategic knockout. Israel has bought time, potentially 3 to 5 years, but not resolved the core issue. Iran's nuclear capability is delayed, not erased. Political consequences will shape what comes next. Section 7. Global and regional fallout. The world reacts instantly. The UN Security Council holds emergency meetings. Russia and China condemn the strike and demand sanctions. The United States walks a diplomatic tightrope, supporting Israel's right to self-defense while calling for de-escalation. European capitals express outrage, but stop short of punitive action. Oil prices spike above $150 about barrel. Gulf nations activate emergency defense protocols. Some, like Bahrain and the UAE, privately support Israel's actions. Others fear wider war. Section 8. Could Israel do it alone? Could Israel eliminate Iran's nuclear program without American help? The operation proves it can strike with precision and depth, but limitations remain. Some of Iran's deepest facilities lie beyond the reach of conventional Israeli weapons. Only the U.S. B-2 Spirit or B-21 Raider bombers can carry the massive Ordnance Penetrator, MOP, capable of reaching such depths. Israeli political and military leaders understand this. A second wave of strikes might require either U.S. support or access to heavier ordnance. Additionally, Israeli public opinion may not tolerate prolonged open conflict. While the mission proved independence, it also highlighted limitations. Section 9. What comes next? Post-strike, the region enters a new phase. Iran accelerates proxy warfare, launching more attacks via Hezbollah, the Houthis, and militias in Iraq and Syria. Israel strengthens its cyber operations, expanding digital sabotage against Iranian infrastructure. Negotiations restart, but under new conditions. The US and EU push for tighter inspections. Iran demands sanctions relief. The diplomatic clock resets, but the dynamics have changed. Israel has shifted from covert sabotage to overt military force. Iran shifts tactics. Underground facilities are expanded. Nuclear scientists are dispersed. Conclusion. In 2025, Israel rewrote the rules of engagement in the Middle East. Operation Rising Lion demonstrated how stealth, precision, and preemptive doctrine could change the regional calculus. The F-35I Adir became a symbol of technological dominance, but also a harbinger of new vulnerabilities. Iran absorbed the blow and endured, though wounded. Israel bought time, but not peace. The Middle East moves closer to the edge, and the world must now ask, how long can the balance hold? Operation Rising Lion may not be the end, but only the beginning of a darker chapter in regional warfare.